My name is Mike Sullivan. I'm a former IRS agent and teaching instructor with the Internal Revenue Service. I worked at IRS for a decade. I worked the offer and compromise program. I used to accept and deny offers. I was a teaching instructor for IRS. I also been in private practice for, I don't know, 40 years. I am a national expert in IRS resolution. Welcome to my YouTube channel. They're short, they're sweet, and I try to make them under 5 minutes. No one else is going to pay attention. I'm going to give you the information you need probably right now in 4 minutes. The only promotion I do is I tell you that I'm an expert in all IRS matters. We're a very affordable firm, and I'm open for consultations. Anyway, today I want to talk to you about why you should think twice about using a large tax resolution companies. You will know who a large tax resolution company is when you use the Google IRS tax help offer and compromise. The first four positions on your screen, your Google screen, will be from the large tax resolution companies. They'll say add, and the bottom three will say add 2. They will probably pay $25 or $30 for you to see them, and if you click on that ad, you're gonna probably cost them $25 or $30. They change that rotation every single hour depending on the budget. Most of my complaints that I get are for people who've used these large tax resolution firms and have wasted thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. As a matter of fact, I put a couple YouTubes out already on how to try to get your money back after you've been screwed. Now, not all these big companies are worthless. There are a couple, but let me tell you the process so you understand. It's not for smaller companies to get the work, even though you should send your work there, or for me to get the work. I want you to understand the process. Large companies spend most of your money is going to go to the salesperson who sold you initially. They have what are called closers for the firm. All they are hired salesmen to get in your back pocket to analyze the questions that they ask you, is to actually know how much you can pay. That's why they're asking those initial questions. Sadly, the person who's going to work your case and needs to know about it doesn't even know what the hell's going on when you make the call. It's not till you pay them, till the company gets the money, till the salesman gets the money, does this really go to the back office where the person doing your work knows about what's going on. They don't know what the salesman said. They don't know what the salesman promised. They have no idea. How do I know this? I get too many calls a year, maybe 500 calls a year I get from people who have been ripped off by big firms. Now, once again, there are some very credible firms out there, but let me tell you what you need to know, whether you use my firm, someone else's firm. Let me tell you why a smaller firm is better. You want to speak to the person, whoever you use, that's going to do the work on your case. That only makes sense. You don't want to go through a secretary, through this person, through someone who inputs the file. When you call usually a credible firm, for instance, I'm just going to use me, but use this model for anyone else. I want to speak to the person who I am going to do the work for. I want to make sure you're credible. I want to make sure I can be successful with you. A smaller company is going to go through a series of questions to make sure that they can actually help you. You don't get that with a large firm. They want your money first, and then they work the case after they get the money, whether they know whether they can help you or not. The initial person who takes this call at large firms have no idea whether they can help you. After you get the money, you'll find that out. So remember, if you're going to use a smaller firm, rule number one, make sure you speak to the person who's going to work your case. You want to let them know, based on your financial statement and your situation, what their experience is, how many cases they've worked, and what the result tends to be. If I hear a case, I'm probably going to know really easily within 30 seconds what the result's going to be, except for an IRS audit. You can't tell because you haven't looked at the records. So remember, whoever you hire, speak to the person who works your case, ask for their experience, years they've worked a case, and what the results to be. If you do that, you're going to get a much better and big result. Also, know that on larger firms, there are revolving doors of people who go through these firms. A lot of times you call the person later because they drag all these cases out at larger firms till they get the money. The person that initially started working your case, they're long gone. You can't check on reviews or BBB ratings and all that because they're manipulated and bought. The best way is your gut and get a feeling if the person knows the work. Also, I recommend that you Zoom the person specifically to talk to the person face to face. We Zoom every client. The reason I do YouTubes, I want you to see who I am. And by the way, if anyone's telling you other than what I'm telling you, two things: they're either lying or they don't know their business, one of the two. By the way, if this information was helpful, please go ahead and give me a subscription. I think there's a little bell. The only reason I ask is YouTube has a value to that, and it puts my videos up on top. I really try to give you what the IRS agent will think. I can tell you different things about offers and compromise, but you'll find those on the rest of my videos. Thank you. Leave me a comment. You're welcome to give me a consultation. I can give you a consultation. If you have a comment and say, Michael, this would be a really good YouTube subject, I'll probably do it. That's how I got the information to give you this video today. Thank you.